Yitzhak Rabin was born on March 1, 1922 in Jerusalem, which was under British control at the time. He grew up in a period of significant political and social upheaval. His parents, who were Jewish immigrants from Eastern Europe, moved to Palestine in the early 1920s, seeking a better life as part of the growing Jewish community. Rabin was educated in the local schools, where he learned both Hebrew and Arabic. His early years were shaped by the growing tensions between Jews and Arabs in the region, tensions that would continue throughout his life. As a young man, Rabin became involved in the Jewish military organization, called the Haganah, which was tasked with defending the Jewish community in Palestine. His commitment to the defense of his people was strong, and he quickly rose to prominence within the group. His military service during the 1948 Arab-Israeli War was a defining moment in his life. The war began after Israel declared independence on May 14, 1948, and was immediately attacked by neighboring Arab countries. Rabin fought as part of the Israeli forces and helped lead successful military operations to defend the newly established State of Israel. After the war, Rabin continued his military career. His leadership abilities became evident, and he quickly advanced through the ranks of the Israel Defense Forces (IDF). He became a key figure in shaping Israel's military strategy and defense policies. In 1964, he was appointed Chief of Staff of the IDF. His most notable achievement during this time was his role in the Six-Day War in 1967. This war was a dramatic turning point for Israel. The country faced off against Egypt, Jordan, and Syria. Israel emerged victorious, gaining control of the West Bank, Gaza Strip, Sinai Peninsula, and the Golan Heights. Rabin played a significant role in planning the military operations that led to this victory. Although Rabin was hailed as a military hero, his views began to evolve as he considered the broader political consequences of Israel's victories. The war had left Israel in control of many territories that were home to large Palestinian populations. Rabin understood that keeping these territories under Israeli control indefinitely would create challenges for Israel's long-term security and peace. He recognized that a political solution with the Palestinians was necessary to ensure Israel's future. In 1974, after retiring from the military, Rabin entered the political arena. He was elected as Prime Minister of Israel for the first time. His leadership during this period marked a shift in his focus from military strategy to diplomacy. Rabin believed that Israel could not continue to rely solely on military strength for security, and that peace with neighboring countries was essential. His government helped negotiate the Camp David Accords in 1977, a peace agreement with Egypt, the first Arab country to recognize Israel's right to exist. The agreement led to the return of the Sinai Peninsula to Egypt and established formal diplomatic relations between the two countries. The Camp David Accords were a major achievement, showing that peace was possible between Israel and its Arab neighbors. Despite the success of the Camp David Accords, Rabin faced significant challenges in pursuing peace with other Arab states and with the Palestinians. In the years that followed, Rabin's vision for peace led to difficult decisions. He understood that in order to reach a long-term peace, Israel would have to make significant compromises. This included negotiating with the Palestine Liberation Organization (PLO), which was once seen as an enemy of Israel. Rabin's second term as prime minister began in 1992, a period of great change in the Middle East. The world was watching as the Cold War came to an end, and new opportunities for peace were emerging. Rabin, along with his foreign minister Shimon Peres, took bold steps to address the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. One of the most important moments in his second term came with the signing of the Oslo Accords in 1993. The Oslo Accords were a series of agreements between Israel and the PLO that aimed to resolve key issues in the conflict, including the status of the Palestinian territories, the right of the Palestinians to self-rule, and the recognition of Israel's right to exist. The signing of the Oslo Accords was a historic event. For the first time, Israel officially recognized the PLO as the representative of the Palestinian people, and the PLO recognized Israel as a legitimate state. The agreements laid the foundation for the creation of the Palestinian Authority, which would govern parts of the West Bank and Gaza. The Oslo Accords also called for the eventual establishment of a Palestinian state alongside Israel. Rabin's role in the Oslo process was critical. He showed great courage and vision by taking steps toward peace with a group that had previously been considered Israel's enemy. Rabin worked closely with Palestinian leader Yasser Arafat and U.S. President Bill Clinton to bring the agreement to fruition. The Oslo Accords were signed in a ceremony on the White House lawn in Washington, D.C. on September 13, 1993. Rabin, Arafat, and Clinton all shook hands in a symbolic gesture of peace, which was hailed as a historic moment. Despite the optimism created by the Oslo Accords, the road to peace was not easy. There were many challenges, both from within Israel and from Palestinian groups who opposed the agreements. Some Israelis believed that the Oslo Accords would not bring true peace, and that giving up land would put Israel's security at risk. On the Palestinian side, some groups, such as Hamas, rejected the peace process and continued to carry out attacks against Israel. Rabin remained committed to the peace process, but the growing opposition made his task even more difficult. On November 4, 1995, tragedy struck. Yitzhak Rabin was assassinated by Yitzhak Amir, a right-wing extremist who opposed the peace process. Amir believed that Rabin's efforts to negotiate with the Palestinians were a betrayal of Israel. The assassination shocked the country and the world, and it marked a turning point in Israeli politics. Rabin's death left a void in Israeli leadership. His vision of peace was cut short, and many feared that the hopes of a two-state solution would be lost. However, his legacy lived on. Rabin was posthumously awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 1994, along with Shimon Peres and Yasser Arafat, for their efforts to achieve peace through the Oslo Accords. His leadership, courage, and willingness to take risks for peace continue to inspire those who seek to resolve conflicts through dialogue, rather than violence. Rabin's life was one of dedication to his country and to the pursuit of peace. From his military service to his political leadership, he left an indelible mark on the history of Israel and the Middle East. His efforts to achieve peace with the Palestinians and the Arab world have become a model for future leaders. Although his assassination was a tragic event, Yitzhak Rabin's belief in peace and his vision for a better future continue to be remembered by people around the world.